Hey you guys, it is me, Laura, and I just did a video showing you what I am doing for our group subjects for my third and first grader together. I also have a toddler in the mix this year, and I just wanted to go ahead in this video and show you what I'm doing with my first grader. It is different than what I was planning on doing this year, but I am really happy with what we're doing and it is working really well. We've already been homeschooling a little bit for this year, and so we've gotten a chance to test some of these things out. So for my first grader, we have our group subjects, and then I do all the rest of their subjects with them one-on-one. And so we have about an hour each day, and when I start my one-on-one, we start with this with him, and we usually read a couple stories from here. He usually wants to read and read and read. He would just sit with me all day, I think, and read this if I would do that with him. But this has the Bible stories, and it's got lots and lots of pictures in here, and they're not really embellished stories. They don't add much to the text or anything like that. It's told very similarly to how the Bible tells it, just fewer words, obviously. But it doesn't dumb it down either. But he loves these. He loves looking at this. He loves the stories, and I think we're getting close to done. I think once we finish this, we'll probably go through it again because he still really likes it. But I'll also give him the option of going through one of our other Bible story books. So we'll just see what he really wants to do. But yeah, he loves this. So we also are doing Winter Promise for his language arts, and so this includes phonics, this includes reading, this includes spelling, and it includes handwriting. So all of that is in this program. This is just one of the workbooks. It comes with some readers and comes with some games and lots of stuff, and I'm totally happy to do a review, a more in-depth review on this if you want. This program is syllables to sentences. Their programs are they're not leveled in the same way other programs are because kids learn to read at such different rates. So they have some programs that are intended to be half a year and some programs that are intended to be a year, some levels. But basically they really encourage you just to go at the pace your child is ready for. We slow this down a little bit. At full pace, it's just a little bit much for him all at once. But if we slow it down a little bit, it works really well. I make a few adaptations, but he loves this. It's very story-based. It's all about getting to know the characters of Pine Nut Park, and he enjoys it, and it's been really good for us. One of the things that they focus on in here is rhyming words and word families, so I really wanted to do some poetry. But my kids are not crazy about poetry. Unfortunately, they get that from me, despite all my trying to make poetry exciting and to try and love it and only get poetry books that I myself am interested in. I've just not been able to get them to catch on. But I found this book. This is actually a new book, and it is The Songs of Mr. Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. My first grader loves Mr. Rogers, so he's familiar with some of these already. And this has beautiful pictures in it that have the characters that he knows and loves. And so this has been a really good book for him. He loves sitting and looking at this. We can read a few poems out of here a day, and that kind of helps him with his language. And besides, I love the message of so many of these, and they're really good for him too. So this has been really good to have for our homeschool. That pretty much wraps up his language arts. And for math, we are just continuing. No change to our math. We're just still going through math lessons for a living education. The only change to it is that I finally accepted that this is enough. So we go through this at our own pace. I don't worry about the weekly schedule. We just kind of go through it at our pace. And on Fridays, we play math games to reinforce the concepts as well. Every once in a while, I will pull a book from our shelves to reinforce the concept. I've got lots of math stories and math books, but for the most part, it is just this, and it works well. And he is a good way through. He's got a good start on level 2. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's about here. So, I mean, he's got a good start. So we're just going to keep going through this. If it takes him all year, that's fine. If he's done early, that's fine. If he goes into next year, that is fine too. That's what I love about just being able to take it at his pace. So that is where we are there. And with him, we also do calendar time. A couple times a week, I have that on our wall where we go over our weather, we talk about patterns, we talk about days of the week and months of the year, and just kind of solidify those things. Every once in a while, I'll throw in a clock activity or something like that as well, but he really enjoys it, and so we do it. And my toddler loves pulling all the numbers off of the calendar, and my son thinks it's great fun to put them all back in order again. So it's a win-win there. So that is really what I'm doing for my first grader. I like to keep it pretty simple. It usually takes us maximum an hour to get through all of that from him, but usually less, and then we have lots of time to do other stuff as well. I also, for him, use ABC Mouse. It is an excellent supplement that I used with my oldest, and I was so happy with the things that he's learned with it, and my first grader really enjoys it too, so he's working his way through that as well. And I think, other than the group stuff, that's pretty much it. We will be starting Awana in the fall, and also Cub Scouts, so that's going to add to it as well and give us a few things to do. He's going to be a tiger cub, I believe, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But that is pretty much it. If you have questions about any of the things I have shown you, please let me know, and I am happy to go more in depth or answer any of your questions. And I will go ahead and get my next video ready to show you what I'm doing with my third grader. Hope that you guys are having a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.